Hey everyone. So today for math, we're going to go on a scavenger hunt. You're going to need a few things. You're going to need these slides. You're going to need some things to measure with. And you're going to need your math brain. So what do you measure with usually? Well, we have rulers. My ruler has inches on the bottom and centimeters on the top, or centimeters on the bottom and inches on the top. I also have this, it's called a tape measure because it's flexible like tape. And often we find these in like a sewing box. People measure their body parts with it. So it's, you could measure around your head. If you stuck it around your head like this, you could see how, let's see how big my head is. My head is, it came right here. So 22 inches. And then if I flip over my tape measure, I can see that my head is about 55 or 50 centimeters around. And then I also have something that looks like this. There are bigger ones. A lot of people have nicer ones than I have, but this is my very old. This is also called a tape measure. It goes out and then you let it go. It goes back in. I love that. So this one measures, mine measures with just inches. Which you can see here. It does not have centimeters on it, but a lot of newer ones have both inches and centimeters, just like my ruler does. Here, I'll show you my ruler up against a piece of white paper. It's a little bit easier to see. So my ruler is weird because it's a see-through thing, but it looks like this. And let's look at the other end. So an inch, it even says inch right there. An inch is broken up into parts, right? So just like on a number line, the inch has little teeny lines, and these are parts of measurement. This is parts of an inch. So the bigger line that's in the middle is half. So if you have something that just goes half, that's half of an inch. And then you'll notice some other lines that are just a little bit shorter than that, halfway between the halfway mark and 0, that's a quarter. And then so 1/4, the half is also 2/4, and then there's 1 more quarter. I guess I could have shown you that on the document camera. It probably would be easier, but anyway, there you have it. So we're talking about measuring things with inches and centimeters. You could measure things in feet. So if you were measuring something really long, you might want to use a bigger way of measuring things. So in this slide deck, you're going to think about measuring in inches and feet or centimeters and meters. And you'll find this slide, which is super, super helpful. So when we talk about inches and feet and yards and miles, we're talking about the imperial system. The imperial system of measurement is a way that the United States measures things. England is another country that measures things this way. Australia uses this same way of measuring. Well, maybe not Australia. So here you have a picture of an imperial ruler, just like this one. And you can see here that it's broken up into little parts. This other part of this slide is the metric system, which we have been talking about. The metric system is really popular mostly like everywhere except for the United States because it's so easy to use. It breaks down, it's based on the number 10. So every 10 is super important. So a centimeter is small. It's very small, see? And 100 of these centimeters is 1 meter. We have a yard, which is 36 inches. So if you have 2 meters, you have 200 centimeters, right? If you have 2 yards, it's kind of a pain because you have 36 plus 36. So these are just here for your reference. What you're doing today is measuring some items. So let's see, I meant to not have this here right now. So I wanted to show you how I do that. And right now I'm going to pause this and see if I can switch over to the document camera. Hold your horses. Okay, I can't do that. So I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to do it like this. So the first thing that you're going to measure is a piece of paper. And I'm actually going to leave this. You're probably not going to measure this. I'm just going to do it. So here's my piece of paper. And I'm going to use, I think this would be really hard to measure with. I also don't think that this is appropriate. It's really long, but this isn't. So I'm just going to use my regular old ruler. And I'm going to make sure that I line up my ruler with 0 on one side of the paper. And then I'm going to look and see how wide. Oh, first of all, I'm going to estimate. So I think that my paper is going to be about 8 inches across. So the first thing you do is find your thing that you're measuring. And I'm going to say, I think it will be 8 inches. Remember, you have to say whether you're using inches or centimeters or feet. Otherwise, it won't make any sense, right? So I think it will be 8 inches across. Okay, and now I'm going to do the actual measurement. I got ahead of myself. So here we are. I'm going to I'm going to measure by lining up really well on the edge, and then I'm going to look here. And what do you see? My paper is 8 inches across. So I can say here 8 inches. Now, I think I'm going to also measure this with centimeters since I have both. So I have to flip my ruler around, and then I'm going to put my paper here, and I'm going to look and see let's see, where are we here? Here we are. It's about 20 centimeters. So I'm going to write that too. 20, and you can abbreviate centimeters cm. I'll just write here for you centimeters. Just like that. The abbreviation for inches is IN. So, and then I'll just do this. So what you are going to do is measure other things around your house. So find your measuring device. If you have more than one, like I do, you can have them with you and choose the one that makes the most sense. So I'd like for you to measure how long a pencil is. Your pencil might not be as long as my pencil. Maybe you're the kind of person who waits until your pencil is all the way at the very end. So some people will have long pencils, some people will have short pencils. Like for you, so you just click into the box and you say how long you think your pencil is going to be, and then you measure it. And try to do with both the imperial system and the metric system. Then I want you to measure your thumb. So from your wrist to the end of your thumb. How long do you think that is? I don't know. Maybe 4 or 5 inches? I don't know. Find an eraser. If you don't have, I have this eraser, it's kind of an old one. You might have one of these pink ones. If you don't have a pink one, find something else that's about the same size as an eraser, and you can put a text box there to say what it is. Find a pair of scissors. How long do you think a pair of scissors is? Here, I have a pair of scissors. These are big ones. Maybe you have some smaller ones. This is a glue stick. If you don't have a glue stick, don't worry about it. How long is your bed? How long is your table? The long way. You could also measure up and down if you wanted to. How long is your couch? and find a stuffy, your favorite stuffy. How long is your stuffy? And then I've left you a couple of slides here to choose your own things. So choose 4 things of your own. What you can do is click into the box. You can click insert, insert image. I have to move myself, hold on. There we go. You're going to insert the image from the web. And if you put in whatever it is, say you want to measure a spoon. You can click on it and put it in there. Put it in your sheet. So click on it, click insert, and now, oh, it's so big. We can make it much smaller by clicking on the corner. That way it won't change the shape of the spoon. It will only change the size. And then you're going to estimate how long and measure it. And that's what we're doing today. If you have any questions, let me know. But I hope you have fun on our measurement scavenger hunt.